Welcome to the Michelangelo of Cakes Academy's Spring Cake Lesson 2. I want to simplify the ultra-trendy and incredibly beautiful Lambeth cake design for us to show that it's only a design that looks complex, but is ultimately super easy to create and to create well. Since I did my base buttercream in a light blue-gray, I darkened that with a bit more royal blue and a touch of black to contrast the piping work against the canvas. Keeping the color scheme of Lambeth cakes simple lets the piping work shine more effectively. I used 4 tips total on this design: Wilton 1M, 17, Circle Tip 1, and Petal Tip 104. The design begins at the bottom of the cake with the Wilton Tip 1M and simply outlines the base of the cake. Press the tip against the cake and move your hand up and down as you squeeze the piping bag with constant pressure, almost like a little bounce. Next, I'm going to work with the Wilton 17 Open Star tip. As you can see, I'm piping offset dots all around the cake, merely outlining the next portion of the design. Pipe a dot first right on top of the edge of the cake, then move down an inch and to the right an inch and pipe another dot. Then finish the triangle off with a dot again at the top edge. It does not need to be mathematically spaced out. These designs tend to work themselves out. Since the dots were just an outline, go back in with the same tip and fill in the triangle with up and down swipes of the tip, applying constant pressure. Make sure the tip is touching the cake as the buttercream comes out of the piping bag. Lambeth cakes are all about being grandly ostentatious. The Marie Antoinette of cake, if you will, with layers of gorgeous textures and designs, and we achieve this primarily by overlapping piping work. So continuing on with our Wilton Tip 17, we can pipe standard rosettes or some alternating rosettes right on top of our base ruffles we previously frosted. Furthering the opulence, we shall use the Wilton Circle Tip 1 to pipe lines over top the upper fluffy triangles. Do 4 or 5 lines per triangle because guaranteed they will all fall at different levels, so having quite a few will make them look much more intentional. Then I put some green buttercream in the same Wilton Circle Tip 1, and in the small spaces we have left on the sides of the cake, I decided to showcase some mini flower bouquets, which is so easily done. Just frost on several vertical lines all in a little bunch, then pop on some fondant flowers or sugar pearls to finish off the look. I opted later to extend the stems down over the base ruffles, but this is optional and you can see which you prefer for yourself. Finally, we'll outline the top of our cake using the Wilton Tip 104, keeping the skinny tip always held furthest away from you and the fat bottom part of the triangle touching the edge of the cake as you trace the outside edge. In the middle of every curve, you can pop in some petals by bouncing your frosting hand in and out in a trio, or maybe it would be easier for you to demarcate this more ornate part of the frame first and then fill in the rest with the line of frosting. However you prefer to do it, I recommend layering this exact same design on top of itself 2 or 3 times to build up the dimension. And there you have the Lambeth cake design, beautifully and easily done. I hope you love it.